I'm here with Fredrick at the ETC.
Hello.
Fredrick, can you tell me a little about yourself?
Oh yeah. Maybe most of you know me already from former ETCs or WTC. I'm from Germany. I'm playing Warhammer nice age from the beginning, but Warhammer since 2011. Before that, when I was a child, I played some games like on a table in the cellar with my handball team, but it's not real Warhammer. That's some friend, maybe you know Yannick. He was like 14 years old when I met him at a sports club, and he got me back into the hobby kind of. And then I started playing tournaments, and 2015 I played my first ETC. It was nice, won the ESC there, plenty of fun, yeah, and I'm kind of an ETC addict from that day on. It's like nice to be here now in Novi Sad.
So how many ETC have you been at?
I think it's my fifth now. 2015 and now, 2019, fifth ETC.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this year you're playing from Australia?
I'm playing for Australia the third time. Yeah, correct. It's like great experience. I played the first year with Bulgaria because the Germans I think felt like I'm not ready for an ETC, and I managed to pull a win off at the ESC. That was kind of nice. So the next year I played for Germany. I was captain for Germany, and since I think the chemistry between me and the German team is maybe not ideal all the time, so I decided to go with Australia, and I had a blast. Had a blast last years, and this year it's awesome. Like the team, it's a true team. Like the team spirit is amazing.
Okay.
I love them. Good guys.
Good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little about your own tournament you are organizing?
Oh yeah, it's kind of a development, right?
Yeah.
I think
Like
2000.
you start like a copy of ETC or kind of?
Yeah, it is. I think in 2013, we hosted the first TJH Team Cup, and that was meant to be like more a national event, but we got some internationals in there. And when we started that event, we got some guys together and were like, okay, we visited many tournaments and took notes of everything we didn't like, and said, okay, we don't want this to happen at our events, and we managed to make the guys happy, and then it was growing from 120 to 200 players. Then we called it WTC. It was an ETC warm-up in the years in between a little bit, and when we made it WTC, just because we wanted to have some international event, and the reason why we did WTC initially was we had only room for 200 players at our venue, and we had to decide how to limit the spots. This is why I said, okay, we just accept teams from certain countries, and then we started when we had room for 200, say, okay, it's only one team per country until we have no applications from any country anymore, and then every country can have a second team. And this is what we did, and this is how WTC happened, and then we did WTC the year after with 330 players this year, and we had to change the venue to an ice skating rink because we don't have enough room in the initial venue. But it turned out well. I think the players liked it, and we're doing plans at the moment for the WTC in 2020. But there's maybe there's some changes, maybe even some major changes, but I can't do 100% sure what we are planning, because players will either be disappointed if it doesn't happen, because there's some contracts to sign and stuff.
Yeah.
And what we will definitely do, if somebody wants to mark a date, it is most likely going to happen the first weekend of May, so 1st May and the days after. This is what we're looking for, but it all depends on the venue and if it's available.
It seems to have become a very big success because it also is very nice tournament, and it's very cheap for what you get, like free beers and food. And
this is what I told you. We just checked. Okay, what does a good tournament need? In my opinion, good tournament needs clean toilets, good food, free water at least, and then everything else on top, of course. Solid tables, proper terrain, and I think everything else is just going smoothly either way. And you need some judges, of course, but this is the key facts. And if you manage to do this properly, I think That's always an issue with ETC because it's hosted by some guys who maybe did it in Serbia. It's nice. It's the third time, but still, when I'm looking here, I enjoy my time in Serbia here at the ETC a lot. When looking at the toilets, I'm not enjoying it. So this is why don't we manage to have like I would pay an extra €5 or whatever per player just to make sure there is a guy cleaning the toilet all the time to make sure got a nice place to go. And this is what we are looking for with WTC, and I think we managed. There's always some compromises, but we do the best we can. Because problem with such events is I think 90% of WTC communication is just directly done by myself, and since more and more people got in, it's like really an exhausting job. And sometimes I met so many friends, and often like when the event is getting closer, I get so many requests and questions, and of course I know these guys, they're friends, and I want to chat with them. Sometimes I have to have a full-time job, and I have plenty other projects. I was involved in the 9H project a lot, and took away a lot of time, my attention. And I was so sorry for many guys. I just had to tell, cool, yes, we are doing it like this and that, and be done, and didn't respond properly. And this is what hurts a bit, but it is when events are growing, you have to do compromises. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. So who do you think are going to win this year at DTC?
Well, before the first game, although they got a 4-point penalty, I think Poland is like in shape. They're good. The team is properly prepared. Like they are playing like almost unbelievable amount of games. My preparation was more like I'm visiting some international tournaments, and this is when playing with Australia. It's nice, so I can do whatever I like.
Yeah.
But I actually still would place a bet on them. But after they only got 88 points in the first game, I think they're going to struggle. Would be nice, although of course Australia is going to win. This is what I would say. Yeah, and then maybe the Germans can go second place. It's fine. Yeah.
Really?
I'm at my wrong side of the breast. There's a heart beating for Germany as well.
So tell me about you. You work for the 9H. What kind of work did you do there?
I think 6 weeks after the project started, Tiny got me into the project, asked me to help out with research book.
Yeah, Tiny is one of the founders. I was also
correct.
German.
Yeah, like you are.
Yeah.
And then I got involved a lot in writing that research book and then in some other books. And I initially started writing a tournament guideline, kind of how official 9H events should look like. This was like 3.5 years ago, and it's still not public and finished, but I hope they will at some point just finish that job I started, because I think it's well deserved that 9H have some official events, maybe even some organized play style. I would appreciate that, and I think players would love it. They have some other focus. I think the gold edition was like main focus, and it should be to have a stable rule set. Now they are rewriting the books, and this is of course first priority. But maybe they can manage. After some time on the Beast Turrets team and some other army book teams, I joined the rules team. I've been there with you like for a long time, and then you left and Willem left. Unfortunately, some new guys joined, and it was more and more becoming a struggle for me. I worked on the balance team a lot with my friend Conrad and Gonzalo and Daniele, and enjoyed that time a lot. And all the other guys I forgot about, like Ivan and Hermund, which I had a lot of struggle with, but I still like him. And we had kind of nice guys doing the balance, but at some point, I think the rules team and the balance team, they just moved in different directions too much, and I was on both camps, and so I got trouble with the rules team a bit. This is at least my opinion, and since when I feel like I'm pissed off, I'm pretty straight with what I'm saying, and this is just my mood. I think I'm a nice guy always. You can always talk to me, and if somebody's talking to me face to face, I can always solve an issue, and I think I just give them a hug, and they see, okay, he's not offending me seriously. But sometimes my tone is a bit harsh, and think that caused a lot of trouble. And then at some point when they did the restructure of the staff, which I fought against a lot because I felt like there was plenty of stuff they can do better. And what I have to honestly say, they got guys on board that told that they are good in doing such stuff, but actually you need the players that are doing this, and the players that are seeing a lot of tournaments, that see a lot of games going on in clubs, and have a grasp on the community overall. I felt like they picked the wrong guys. There's some guys that put serious effort, like Nice Bindelov on the forum. He did so well and was trying so hard to get everything together, but there's some guys really pissed me off to the max. And then at some point they just told me, okay, you're out. And I was a bit shocked and pissed because when I'm looking at the rules team as it is, there's a team which may be fitting the structure, but I feel like they will struggle making the product way better than what was done by the old balance team, the old rules team. It was like a way better team than I feel like they have now. But that's not my topic. The only thing I do on 9A at the moment is like enjoying my time playing games, and I'm a bit involved in helping out getting the tournament pack.
But
a bit more on spot.
You might have got a lot of time now, because when I left the rules team, I suddenly had a lot of time at my hands.
Yeah, I do.
So it was like, oh, I can do stuff now. So.
Yeah. To be honest, I just enjoy having. Sometimes there was weeks where I had like 4 or 5 Skype calls in the evenings, and you can remember some of the Skype calls were like 3 hours, 4 hours or longer, and I think my wife is pretty happy that I have like a bit more time, and she's got my attention, and I just have when I have capacity with my spare time, I just start other projects and put more effort in other stuff. I was chairman for WTC last year, like when I was decreasing activity on 9H already a bit because I was like pissed off, and I always find some niche where I feel like, okay, it's gonna be fun, and then just do it.
Yeah, but you put a lot of energy into your own tournament and improving that.
Yeah, it's
really
so
awesome
much work, and this is why I'm seriously looking for ways to keep quality of WTC as it is while decreasing my workload, because I have to take at least 10 days off at work to get the WTC done, just from setting up all stuff, getting all stuff back to storage. It's too much. I can't do this every year, and there's way less when, for example, Yannick, we did all this together kind of, and Björn, good friend of mine, who did the terrain for the TGH Team Cup initially, like 1,000 terrain pieces in 6 months, and it's like insane. And they're all having other things to do, like Yannick's doing, is finishing his university, becoming doctor, and he's lacking time with that, and he's living in a different city. And there's more and more guys dropping out, and more work on my shoulders than for WTC, so it's gonna be tough. But I will not give up. Next year, WTC will like 99.9% happen.
Good. Hopefully I could come next year.
Yeah, would be nice. Yeah.
I would like to come this year, but I have some concert on.
I know. Some festival. Correct. Yeah. It's like we never can find a perfect date for that. I try to keep it at least 3 months away from TC. That's crucial in my opinion, and I want to keep it around like end of April, beginning of May, just to give a chance to the other tournament organizers to find their perfect dates that the participation doesn't suffer from other big events. Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to?
No, I'm just happy that we could talk and that I could say something. If somebody enjoys listening to that, I would be happy as well. And just thank you very much. I just want to say thank you to Ken for doing all the nice pictures. We have been able to share on the Australian Facebook group a lot of your pictures from our models. It's like incredible. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for talking to me, and thank you for your work at the 9A.
Thank you for being a friend for a long time now.
Yeah,
cool. Thanks.
Good.